Hello there, welcome back to The Closet Historian and back to my sewing room, where today we're not going to be in here, honestly. I'm sorry about that. But you see, the thing is, I do spend a lot of time here in my sewing room, as you know, as one of my most recent videos was all about the things I made in 2020, and I made a lot of things. If you can imagine that I make quite a few things each year for the past decade I've been sewing, that means my wardrobe is quite large. The rest of the clothes in my wardrobe, which you have seen also here on the channel, are from the thrift store. I love going thrifting. I love finding bargains out thrifting and finding items that I can style in a vintage way that may have only been from like the 80s or 90s, but I like styling them in a more 40s or 50s way. You've seen me do this a lot here on the channel, of course, not in 2020, because again, I wasn't allowed to go thrifting much because germs. But today we're going to curate down. We're going to start curating down. I think this will be a multi-day process, but I have a couple of racks set up on set, and I'm going to bring all of my clothes from up my closet, which you've seen in my closet tour video, which I will put a card to here if you want to see everything in situ, how it normally is stored. And I will include clips of my closet in this video here too, just so you can see the before. I doubt it will look very different afterwards, honestly, but we're going to do our best. I have tried to clean my closet here on the channel before and eliminated like one or two pieces. No. We're going to be a lot stricter today. We're going to go hard. So why am I doing this? Why do I feel the need to curate down and declutter my wardrobe a bit? Well, first of all, just because it is getting, after this last year of sewing a bunch of things, because sewing kept me sane a bit in 2020. I liked having things to do with my hands. So I did a lot of sewing, and like at this point, we are kind of at the breaking point of the things I can store, because again, this is not my house. I live at home, and I only have so much storage space between like the studio down here and then my bedroom. Again, you can see in the closet tour how I normally store everything, but we are kind of at breaking point for how much stuff I can conceivably keep without like really becoming spilling over into other spaces hoarder, which we're already kind of getting into that zone. So there's a like physical need. And also I do feel as someone who like really hopes to eventually get the heck out and have my own space, I don't think I'll ever be able to like have a massive space. And so the idea of having to move me with all my stuff when I know how much stuff I have, it is kind of burdening in some way, just mentally knowing how many things I have, like more things than I'll ever be able to like conceivably wear, because I don't actually leave the house that much, even when it's not a pandemic. I am not a huge social person, busy person. I do spend a lot of time at home. I work from home. I spend a lot of time like writing or watching movies by myself. So I just don't need, how many like cocktail dresses do I need when I never go to a cocktail party, is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be choosing. I'm going to try and pick my like 5 favorite things that I would wear if that occasion arose. Like I don't need to have 25 options for every occasion that finally arises in my life. But as far as how I'm about to like curate my wardrobe down, like how I'm choosing what I'll be keeping for me as part of my personal style, I suppose, it is still also a continuation of having transitioned to vintage style perhaps a decade ago, or after college basically. I still collected, made, acquired things that were vintage, but not necessarily me, you know? One can build a vintage style wardrobe, but then the next like leveling up of that is your own personal style within vintage. Like if vintage is an umbrella, and then there's like different options beneath that, and like you can curate down to like your own little niche underneath the vintage umbrella, but like an outfit that still feels distinctly you within that umbrella. Do you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you know what I'm saying. But I think at this point in my life, I'm always, for the last 10 years or so, I've been trying to dress for the career and the life that I want, not the one that I have. My wardrobe is far too, like, either like professional and like suiting and like nice skirts and blouses, much too professional for a YouTuber who works at home, or too like fancy, because again, I don't go to a ton of cocktail parties, but I have a lot of fancy things to wear. So I'm always making things and curating my wardrobe for the life that I want as opposed to the one that I have, and that's not going to change. But I do kind of want to curate down to an even more like sophisticated and like, I don't know, antique book dealer who also is a replicant in the Blade Runner universe sort of place. Because that's what I feel like, those are kind of garments, like my Luke Skywalker dress, for example, or my Blade Runner dress, those are the kind of ensembles I feel the most like powerful in and like feel very like present and me in. So I want to kind of curate down my wardrobe into those pieces only. So like things where I feel a little bit too like girlish, or feel like, I don't know, a little bit too casual or too formal. Things where I don't feel fully inhabiting me in those outfits. I think I need to pass those ones on. So I have a Pinterest board that's like called Narrowing Down on Style, and it's just images from both like vintage times and modern fashion, and images of dresses and editorials, different things that feel much more like the zone I want to narrow my style into. And this is always how I recommend, like either finding your house style, like how you want to decorate your home or like each room in your home, and how you want, like how to do your personal style for like what you want to wear as well, is to go on Pinterest, go to all of your boards, go to everyone else's boards, and pin everything you like into one place. And then start scrolling through that and seeing the themes, like finding out, oh, interesting, like I pinned a ton of black pencil skirts. And it's like, so clearly you're really into black pencil skirts, and that's something that should be an essential in your wardrobe for you. Or if you like scroll all the way through and it's like, I pin a lot of like 50s big skirts. Well, maybe, you might want to invest in a petticoat because it seems to be a style you really like. I did this with my friend when she was decorating her apartment, and it was funny because we had pinned all these different images of different, living rooms and stuff like that. And then we noticed that in nearly all of them, there was the same sort of style of coffee table. And I was like, well, clearly you want this style of coffee table. So, or like, that's just kind of how I narrow down on what I'm actually after. So if I'm looking at my board here that I've done, I'll just scroll through it here a little bit so you can kind of get a visual idea. I see a lot of black and a lot of gray. I kind of am leaning more into my former Gothic tendencies. I was never allowed to be a goth when I was a kid, but I sure wanted to be. So I see a lot of black, and I feel like, I know a lot of people find black very boring. I'm just not one of them. I am kind of a little bit goth in my heart. There's a little bit of, Morticia as a style icon situation. And I think black is chic. I love it. I like being able to style it in different ways with different colors of accessories. I can take one black 1950s dress, for example, and style it with like silver, modernist, brutalist jewelry and feel very Blade Runner, or I can style it with like pearls and then like a hat and gloves and feel very 50s. I feel like they're very versatile for me. So yes, there's going to be a lot of black in my wardrobe. It's just how it is. But also when it comes to color in here, I see when there are brighter colors, or even like lighter jewel tones, they tend to be more monochromatic outfits. So clearly, like I like seeing those colors in a more full look as opposed to as pops of contrast in something. Although every once in a while I do see in this board like a blue belt with an all black outfit, something like that. So I still like bright colors, but it's a different, like usually in my own wardrobe, I have bright colored prints, which is just something I don't see in this board very much at all, which is interesting because it's like I want to move my style a little bit away from that. But then again, I love those dresses, so we'll see how I do. But then the other colors in here are mostly jewel tones, dark, rich, jungly forest greens, dark cranberries, plums, even like richer dark golds and yellows and greens and stuff like that. So I see a lot of jewel tones in here, so that's something I want to keep in mind and keep when I'm cleaning my closet out. Stick with jewel tones or things that I know I have enough of to do more monochromatic outfits with. And then in general here, I just see a certain level of like cleaner lines, a lot of solids, texture, emphasis on texture as opposed to necessarily print, which is interesting. And then like a certain like put togetherness, I guess, with the hat and gloves and bag and all that stuff matching, which we all know how I love matching accessories. That's not going away. And my accessories are probably what I'm going to get rid of the least here, because even if I only kept like a few dresses, I could do a million outfits with just the accessories I have. So, but that's just the kind of stuff I'm noticing on this board. And like, hopefully if you were to do the same kind of curation where you take images of different style you like from bloggers, from editorials, vintage images, fashion images, curate it all down into one place. That way you can start to see the themes and see what you are most interested in. I know this style of like organizing or decluttering or like privileged person shows up how much crap they have. Video isn't for everyone, and I understand, and like, trust me, I feel some conflict about even making a video like this, but because I spend so much time, doing thrift hauls, or not this year, but usually spend so much time doing like thrift hauls and making things for myself, like sewing things here on the channel, I feel like it would be weird to have like a massive closet clear out and like kind of not mention it or not show what I'm doing, keeping in Y and stuff like that. So if I was going to do this, I wanted to make a video, of course. So for those of you who do like organizing and decluttering, this one is for you, And here we are on set, ready to go with 2 different clothing racks here. I actually bought an additional clothing rack to be able to make this video. That's dedication to the idea of decluttering, is it not? So here are all of my skirts. That's right, this is every single skirt I could find. There may have been a few in random places around the house, but I do a hunt for random pieces later. But here's all my skirts, and here's an empty rack. So let's put the ones I'm going to keep over there. And now I have them organized, so from here on, these are all vintage skirts or ones I have thrifted or purchased. And from here on, it's all skirts I have made. So we have our 2 categories here. things I've made and things that I have bought or found somehow. This is a gray tweed skirt. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling out the ones that I wear the most, wear all the time, and I know aren't going anywhere. So here's my black wool pencil skirt. So we have 2 pencil skirts so far here. In wool, of course, very practical for someone who, like me, who lives in a chillier climate, or half the year at least, here in Colorado. Here's that iridescent linen skirt I made here on the channel recently. Here's a card up to that video if you'd like to see. Here is my first vintage or purchased item going on over here. This is a Mexican painted tourist 1950s skirt. And then here is another wool, sort of suiting wool 1930s A-line skirt that I made a couple of years ago. We'll put that one on the keep rack. Here's my circle skirt that I made this last year in 2020. I quite like this circle skirt, and so I will go ahead and keep that one as well. Again, here's the card to that video if you want to see how I made that skirt, or how I make any of my circle skirts. Here's a bunch of basic cotton twill pencil skirts, and I'm going to keep all of those because, again, I wear them all the time. Something I'm kind of noticing in general, actually, is when I go back through. Nice thing for me, this is my moire skirt, by the way. We're keeping that. That was from the Noir lookbook last year, and this is from the suit from the Noir lookbook, so I'll keep that too. But something I'm noticing about looking back through my own blog, which not everyone has the convenience of being able to do this, not being a blogger, but I do, is that I prefer actually pencil or A-line skirts outfits in the end, really. I don't know, like I like wearing the circle skirts, but I don't really like the way they look on me as much, funny enough. Here are 2 nearly identical brown twill pencil skirts, and I've decided here that I'm going to keep one of them, and I'm going to keep the one with a little bit more detail going on, so we'll do that. Here's another pencil skirt in brown, dark brown twill, we'll keep that. Here is my purple circle skirt, and here's the thing, I don't wear that one very much, so I may be putting it over here now with my 2 black circle skirts. Of course, one has spider webs on it, which we're naturally going to have to keep. But I don't wear that purple circle skirt very often, so I need to be a little bit maybe more harsh here, and we'll get to that later. Here is a pencil skirt in a brown and green iridescent moire fabric, so we're going to go ahead and keep that. Here is my olive sateen pencil or circle skirt. Again, how many circle skirts does one gal need? Here is a black wool pleated skirt that's vintage, probably from the 1980s. Go ahead and keep that one. Keeping everything black, honestly. Here is a fall print rayon skirt. This one is vintage. However, I did find this fabric. Before I found the skirt, I found that yardage actually on Etsy. So I do have a dress made out of that very same fabric. And here is my MCQ for Target skirt that I bought back when Alexander McQueen's Diffusion line did align with Target. And I'll be keeping that for nostalgia reasons, not because I wear it, honestly. There's a feather stuck in the rayon of this skirt. This skirt has like sort of hunting scenes. It's got stag on it and fall foliage. That's another rayon vintage skirt that I found at thrifting. We'll keep that. Here are 2 other skirts from thrifting that I will keep. This is a burgundy pencil skirt, and then this kind of twill, olive green twill safari-ish skirt that I wear all the dang time. So I'll keep that one as well. This one I don't really remember how it fit me, just because I thrifted it right before the pandemic and I haven't gotten to wear it since. But actually it fits really well. So I will go ahead and keep this red wool skirt from Pendleton. Go ahead and keep that. Stick that over here with the wool skirts. There we are. And then this is a plaid circle skirt from Vivian of Holloway. One of the only circle skirts in my wardrobe, again, that I didn't make myself, and we will go ahead and keep that one because I do think it's quite fun. This is another wool pencil skirt that I made ages ago, and I still have a little bit of this fabric left over, and I keep saying I want to make a vest to match. And then again, do I need 2 gray wool pencil skirts? Do I? No. Here's an A-line cotton twill skirt navy, so I'll keep that. And here are all my taffeta skirts, the Hogwarts skirts as it were, because I made these or found these to go into my Hogwarts lookbooks from last year. So I have one for each kind of house color here, and I have to decide how many taffeta skirts does one gal need. This one is actually real silk and it is from the 1950s, and I fixed it up, so I think I'll keep that one. It's too spectacular. This one, the color's too great. Oh my god, I have to keep that. Look at that. Such a fun fabric. And then this blue one I made here on the channel was actually one of my more successful videos last year. And again, the color is too gorgeous. We're keeping it. I love a jewel tone. However, when it comes to the yellow one, which is a very fun fabric from Mood, I think I'm going to go ahead and keep the pencil skirt, and I'm going to let go of the full skirt, just because I don't have enough occasions to wear such an elaborate outfit. Here is a basic, like kind of cotton jacquard, but it's a stretch black pencil skirt, so it's a very like comfy, cozy pencil skirt. So if I ever want to like pretend I'm being chic but really be really comfy, I can wear that one. This red twill skirt, I don't wear it that often. I feel like I'm trying to keep it here out of principle, but I actually end up taking that one back. Here's a red plaid side swag skirt. This skirt is so cute. I have to keep it. There's just no chance. Again, though, we're going to run into a problem real soon here of how many plaid skirts does one gal need. Here is a floral round skirt that is just so pretty. The print is really, really pretty, but I have not worn it since I thrifted it, which isn't saying much because, of course, I thrifted it last year, and how many occasions have we had to get dressed? Not many. But, like, do I need both of these? Do I need both of these? They're technically very similar. They serve the same purpose in my wardrobe. Like, throw them on with a sweater or a blazer. And here I am hanging them both up, but we're going to have to make some decisions, Esposito. And here, another one. Kind of a dull green rayon skirt. How many do we need? 3 seems certainly too many. I'll tell you that right now. And here are 2 rayon skirts with black and lighter olive and red. Honestly, I love a rayon skirt when I'm out thrifting. I always pick them up, and I end up keeping a bunch of them, clearly. But I also have put many in my shop over the last year. Here are 2 like sunray pleated skirts. These are both the same exact skirt. They're the same brand. They're probably from the 1970s or 80s, and I can't make a decision, so I'll hang those back up. This is a vintage circle skirt. I think this is actually homemade, but it does seem to be vintage. It has a metal zipper, so never really quite sure when that one's from, but we'll keep that one. This white pleated skirt. I have need of a white pleated skirt. I think it's a super useful basic wardrobe item. It looks good with both like wool jacket, like suiting jacket, or with a cotton little summer jacket. However, this one is a polyester permanent pleat skirt and therefore hard to hem, and it is just too long on me. However, this purple pleated skirt is purple, so we're gonna have to keep that. But does one girl need this many plaid wool skirts? The answer, no. Here I am thinking, I've got to keep this yellow one, and oh, and these 2 as well. Well, we'll see. We'll see. My red circle skirt. Now again, a circle skirt is very fun, especially the twirlability of it all, but a red one, I think it's actually just too pinup for me in some ways, almost, or just too colorful for my own personal wardrobe. It's something I like, but that doesn't necessarily needs to be mine, which is also the case with this pink one. Like, what was I thinking? I don't even ever wear pink. Like, what was my thought there? No idea. 2 printed cotton sateen pencil skirts. This one I just never reach for, and I've had it for many, many years. This one I do reach for sometimes, but if I'm going to wear a tropical print like this, I'm probably going to wear one of my tropical print dresses. So I think it's actually time to let this little sateen skirt go. But I'm having a hard time, clearly. I'm thinking, oh, but it's cute though, right? Yes, it is, but do you need it? That's the real question. Here's a kind of drab cotton twill pencil skirt that we're going to go ahead and move on from. This skirt, again, a very bright color for me, but I love this rayon linen blend fabric. It's actually a fabric from Joann's. So like, I kind of want to keep that. I could probably try dyeing it a different color, actually. That's an idea. This skirt, again, is very fun, but I just don't love full skirts as much. Like, I'm always reaching for a pencil skirt or an actual A-line first. Like, I'd much rather reach for this one, probably, and therefore, should I keep this other one? They're different colors, but they serve a similar purpose in my wardrobe, and so I'm going to keep the vintage one, and I'm going to let the other one go. Here's another fun circle skirt. I made this one of a novelty quilting cotton from Joann's, and I think I actually would just prefer this as a dress as opposed to as a skirt. Like, I would like it from head to toe, but just as a skirt, I never really like the balance of it when I'm trying to make an outfit with it, so passing that one on. This skirt, if you have ever watched my other closet clear out videos, you know that I've had trouble relationship with this skirt, and I never can really make it work for me, so it's time to let go. Arranging things here. Trying to make more decisions. This skirt, for example, you may remember this one from a thrift haul. I still think it's very fun, but like, this is like an alternate universe version of me, you know? I'm not this actually colorful in reality, or fun, really. I think part of me, you know, I guess wanted to be colorful, fun, and comfortable when I was looking at this skirt, but this person over here and this person, I just don't think that's the same wardrobe, you know? At least I want to try and curate down and narrow down, and this is like at the wide edges of my style, and therefore it's going to go away. And this colorful skirt actually kind of falls in that same category. These guys, I still can't make a decision. Here you'll watch me keep the orange one, but actually looking back again through photos of me wearing these skirts to see which I actually preferred, I think I will keep the brown one and not the orange one. So, you know, I changed my mind on that one later. But the number stays the same. One I got rid of, one I kept. This is a skirt from H&M, one of the fast fashion things still hanging around in my closet. It's just such a nice texture. Let's go ahead and try it on. It's just like a really nice, like textured, jacquarded fabric. That's kind of fun. I'm not even sure what I'm going to plan on wearing that with, but here I am keeping it. This one, I really like the skirt, and I haven't gotten to wear it out much, but it, again, serves the same purpose as this one. How different are these? One is a circle skirt, one is a gathered skirt, but like, it's virtually the same, you know? Here I am thinking about keeping this one, but in the end, I've decided to let it go. Here I am reluctantly keeping it. If you're going to reluctantly keep it, I mean, see, look, it's the same idea. It's the same idea. You don't need both. You're correct, and you will be able to have this. You will find the strength to get rid of that skirt. Don't worry, girl. This one is another one where I was like, ooh, I could style that in a vintage way. This is like a 90s faux suede, actually, skirt. But it doesn't need to be my wardrobe. It doesn't fit with the rest of it. I don't know why it's here. I haven't reached for it. This is like a half circle skirt in navy blue wool. And really, I would rather have a pencil skirt because I already have this other H&M skirt in navy I'm keeping. So do I need a fuller shaped skirt in wool too? I just wish I had made that into a pencil skirt instead, honestly. And maybe I will go ahead and take it apart and do so. Here is the pencil skirt that I made for my pencil skirt video last year. But actually this fabric just kind of disappoints me a little bit because it is got like a duller finish. It doesn't have a depth of color. I was talking about this actually in that video. The print of the sateen is a digital print and it doesn't have the depth of color that I was hoping for. And just because I was expecting something else, I've already been a little bit biased against it, and therefore I'm going to let it go. This plaid skirt. Again, I just don't need another plaid wool skirt, but it is really cute. Dang it, let's try it on. Yeah? You're going to want to try that on. It's pretty cute, girlfriend. But like, so many plaid skirts. Oh, man. You don't need to keep every wool plaid skirt that you come across, Esposito. But I kind of want to. I'm thinking, here, let me count up and see how many I'm getting rid of so I will feel less bad about keeping this plaid skirt. You know what? We're going to try it on. Oh, it is a pretty cute skirt. Dang it. But what am I going to wear it with? I just don't know. I think we'll keep it for now. Oh my goodness. Alright, keeping that one for now. You're going to have to get rid of some other different plaid skirt, kid, because this is ridiculous. Alright. Well, I didn't do super great. I mean, this feels good over here, but, you know, this is still a lot of skirts. Oh well. Now, make some harder decisions. There we go. You can do it. You don't ever reach for this twill skirt. Just because you like dark red doesn't mean you need to keep it. Oh, come on. Make a decision. Make a decision. Alright, I'll come back to you on some of those other ones. But for now, here we are. So, for skirts, that leaves us with 50 that we're keeping. Yikes! And 18 to donate or sell. This number will change by the end of the video. I'm happy and proud to say. And here I have my trousers, or all bifurcated garments, really. Here's a pair of, like, cigarette trousers, kind of. They're like skinny 1950s pants, high-waisted with embroidery, and I really like those pants. I found them thrifting. This is the pair of linen rayon blend trousers I made last year, so I'll go ahead and keep those. I really like them. That's from that 1940s trouser pattern, which is when I use the same pattern to make these two pairs of trousers here on the channel. Again, here's the video for me making these trousers. These ones I actually do need to re-hem them, so I'm going to set them aside because I need to let the hem down a little bit eventually, but they are staying nonetheless. But these brown trousers on the end, I really love the fabric. It's like a multicolored flecked tweed, but I don't super love the fit of the trouser. These trousers, I'm thinking about keeping, but later I have changed my mind because they are just a tiny bit too small, which is actually the same true of these. These are a little bit too small on me, so I'm going to go ahead and let go of those. These ones, again, I just don't reach for. They're a little bit too thick for what they are, being a cotton trouser, whereas these ones are a little bit too thin, being a cotton linen trouser. Interesting enough. It's hard to find the correct balance. Now, here are the 3 or 4 pairs of shorts I own, and I'm just not a shorts person. I tried. I was like, ooh, now that I don't have as much body insecurity, let me try shorts, but I still just don't like shorts. Them's the facts. And again, the fabric of these I love, but they just aren't super comfortable. And so I won't reach for them, and so they need to go. But I obviously like my 1940s trouser pattern best, so I should make more things with that. So we'll be keeping 5 pairs of trousers and donating the other 7. Now, we have moved on to knits, and also a couple of random things I found while I was upstairs getting the knits, including this rayon skirt, which I don't think I'm going to keep, and the Pendleton trousers that match that skirt we saw earlier. This trouser, actually there's a jacket that goes with it, and I'm going to sell the suit as the trouser and jacket and keep the skirt for myself. So sorry. And here's another pair of trousers that I don't remember how they fit. Let's go try them on. Oh no, they were too small. So I'm going to go ahead and let these ones go as well. And now we can do the knits. The knitwear, as it were. And yes, I am just wearing a like casual t-shirt fabric slouchy dress for this whole situation. This is what I would call like airplane wear. Very, very super casual lounge goth section of my closet. These are tops that when I worked at Banana Republic and got these, we called the snitty. And I'm going to keep those. This is a little Fair Isle sweater. It took me a long time to find a Fair Isle sweater, so I'll keep that as well. And we have a 1950s like camel little cashmere sweater. We'll keep that one. It's actually vintage. This is a little black mock neck that's super comfortable and for some reason on the hanger inside out. And yes, I am ready for all of you to come for me for hanging out my knits. I know. You're all very mad. I promise they get supported from the side really because they're so packed into my closet. Here again is another lounge goth top. Same sort of variety of the thing I'm wearing here. When I am my most casual sludge being, I am in the lounge goth section. Here's another mock neck. This one has a sort of dulled out leopard print, which I quite like. Here's the sweater, which I remember that still had the tag on it when I thrifted it, and then the color was called Iguana. We're going to go ahead and keep the Iguana sweater. Here is a super cozy, oh, that 100% cashmere, super cozy, soft sweater that I found for like $4 or $5 at the thrift store. I think it was like $4 for real cashmere. We'll be keeping that. Just for cozy times, just to throw around to the house even. Here's the infamous kindergarten teacher and or kindergartner shirt that I did a whole video styling this shirt, and you should go give it a watch because honestly that video didn't get very many views, and I styled that shirt in like 8 different ways or something like that to show that I could make it work in vintage way, and I still think I can, so go check it out. Here's another black turtleneck. We'll keep that. I have a lot of turtleneck sweaters for some reason. I'd love to find some crew neck sweaters, honestly. Speaking of crew neck sweaters, here's one that I've had in my closet a very long time. It is from Forever 21, and honestly, I love this color. It's so pretty, but it's just too thin. This sweater is just a little bit too thin, and it's not staying. Oh, here's a vest. What are you doing here? You're not a knit. Okay, hang out over here. Here is a just thin turtleneck t-shirt that's good for layering under stuff. We'll keep that. You can go ahead and keep my other turtlenecks. This is the same as the black turtleneck I just put over there. They're actually cotton turtlenecks from Gap. They've held up really well over the years. Great with like a pencil skirt and a brooch and like a scarf and coat when you're walking around London, which is how I wore them the most back then. This sweater I've always really liked. It has this like sheer section at the top here, but it just doesn't work with bra straps, and I will always have bra straps, so there you go. Everyone remembers this one from that I thrifted, right? And wore in the Slytherin lookbook. I'm not going to keep it. When am I going to wear that? The answer is I'm not. This sweater is probably the best one, like my best knit, and it was actually hand knit. I commissioned this sweater from a knitter, and she did an absolutely amazing job. It fits me perfectly. It's gorgeous. It is too bright of a red for me, but I'm going to keep it because it's just too cute of a sweater. I wish it was black, but like that's true of a lot of things in my wardrobe. This sweater I bought because it was 100% silk, but light blue, really? When do I wear that? Out of here. This one, these are two Lindy Bop sweaters, which is a company I believe no longer exists, but they were a repro company. And I'm going to keep the black one because I did all this sequining work on it, and it's nice. But the blue one I just never wear, and it's leaving. Goodbye. Time to say goodbye. It's too bright of a navy for me anyway. Here is another black sweater, but it's just too long and boxy to be able to tuck in like I like to do with these kind of things. So that one's out of there. These are actually two little sweaters, again from Forever 21, that are kind of on the thin side, but they're nice and cropped and slim and good for tucking in, so they get to stay. This is another pumpkin spice colored sweater and a lace knit, and again, the shape isn't 100% perfect, but I just love pumpkin spice color too much, and so it is staying. This is an old sweater. It's probably like at least 10 years old, if not older. Staying with me. Now here is a holy grail of vintage repro item. This is a ice skater cardigan from Emmy Design Sweden. These are a couple $100. They're very expensive. They're 100% wool. They're super nice and very cozy, but this just doesn't fit my style. It's so cute. It was a huge investment, honestly, but I've only worn it like 5 times since I got it several years ago, and it just doesn't need to live with me, sadly. I like the idea of it more than I like the practice of it, I suppose. And here are all my Vivian of Holloway / neck tops. These are a nice thick knit. They're a super classic style top. I like them a lot, but all of these are just a little bit too small for me and therefore not super comfortable, and therefore I don't wear them all the time, and so I'm going to let all of them go. Alright, so for the knits, I'm going to keep 20 items and donate / sell 12 items. Now I have like boleros, like summery jackets, vests, random like tops kind of things going on here. And so I'm going to keep my 2 linen rayon blend boleros because I wear these all the time. I kept the skirts that match these. They're kind of like suits, but kind of not. I bought this Pendleton 49er last year, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And then, of course, I made this little jacket early last year that I ended up wearing in the Noir lookbook, and I will keep that as well. It's sort of like a jacket top. It's halfway between the two. This is my black twill vest and my red twill vest. I made both of these in a vest video here on the channel, and I made this yellow one in the same pattern for the Hufflepuff lookbook, and I will keep all 3 of those. However, this vintage vest in velvet, I am going to go ahead and give back to the thrift store, along with this wool one that I had in my wardrobe from my old pattern that doesn't fit very well. Here's a little sequined bolero that I'm thinking, man, I spent so much time sequining this, so surely I have to keep it, right? But honestly, me and boleros have such a torture relationship. I don't really like them on me. I just feel like with my bust measurement, it's not the best look. Boleros, this is just like all opinion, but I think they look best on people who have a smaller bust size than me, where they lay nicely. This jacket I just made for the Noir lookbook, so I'll keep that. This is a cropped jacket that, of course, I made as a Rebel Alliance jacket for my Star Wars lookbook, and we'll keep that, but we're going to put it in like a costuming cupboard because it's not really a wardrobe piece, it's more of a costuming piece. And then we come to my little summer jackets, or like 2-piece dresses kind of. I think they're called 2-piece dresses when it's like you wear this with a skirt. But to me, that makes it a suit as soon as you have a jacket and a skirt, but whatever. This was actually the first one of those I made, but the fit is not ideal for me, so that one's gonna go. This one actually was made from that same pattern, and so again, the fit isn't super perfect, but I'm gonna keep this one just because it is cuter of the 2. And I found a brooch on there, so that's fun. Again, the collar on this one isn't perfect either. Maybe we'll remake that sometime, and I'll make one that fits me a little bit better so I can let go of this one. This brown and black striped version, again, here I am keeping it, but I actually have decided to let that one go because I have more of that dark brown fabric, and I'll just make a new one that fits better. And here's my 3/4 sleeve bolero that fits the same as that other one does, and I'm not going to keep it. And this is the topper for that yellow full skirt. This comes together to create that 18th century inspired outfit. A lot of you seem to be very interested in this outfit. I'm going to be making, again, something similar here on the channel soon, so you can see how I put this one together, but I'm also going to be letting this one go. So this will be coming to my Etsy shop sometime in the summer, perhaps when I actually, start getting all this stuff that I'm not keeping here onto Etsy and or donated, but that one will definitely be going into the Etsy shop. If you really liked that outfit, it could be yours. And I had one more vest that I remembered was in the other room, so here's my citrine du peony vest that I will, of course, be keeping. Alright, so for vest/summer toppers, we're keeping 4 vests, donating 2 of them, and we're keeping 10 jackets or boleros and donating 3. Now, like I said, I wasn't being harsh enough, so here are some of the items that I decided that really actually did need to go, and that includes this floral rayon skirt that is super cute, and I would totally wear it, but I just have other things in my wardrobe that fill the same purpose and it has to go. Also, that beaded bolero, I just don't like the way it looks on me. It's out of here. This little jacket, again, like I said, doesn't fit perfectly. The half circle skirt in navy wool, I actually am just going to go ahead and let go of. I'll see if there's enough fabric there to cut out a pencil skirt from this, and if there isn't, then I will go ahead and just sell this one. And then this plaid skirt, although again, super cute, I just don't need this many plaid skirts. It has to go. Oh, bummer. So in the end, for this round of clearing out, in the end, I'm keeping 44 skirts, which is still extremely excessive, but you saw how hard of a time I was having eliminating things. I love a lot of skirts, and I will be donating / selling 24 of them. For trousers, I will be keeping 4 pairs, and of those, 3 of those I made, so clearly I prefer that trouser pattern to anything I've been able to find out and about shopping, and I will be donating 10 pairs of trousers / shorts, all of the shorts in my wardrobe, for example. And then for knits, I will be keeping 20 items and donating 12. Vests, I'm going to keep 4 and then donate 2. And for summer toppers and random boleros, etc., I will keep 8 and donate 5. So my totals for this round are that I will be keeping 80 items and donating 53 items, which is actually donating about 40% of what I started with. So I feel really quite good about that, even if I am keeping, again, far too many skirts. Now, of course, I still have blouses and dresses and suiting and accessories to go through, but as you can see, this video is already very long, and therefore we'll be doing the rest of my wardrobe next week. So hopefully we've made a start there, and I've been harsher with myself than I've ever been before. I'm really going to try. Please, come on, you can do it. But thank you all for watching today, and I will see you again for part 2 real soon. Bye.